Hey boys and girls, welcome to Story Time with Miss Johnson. I actually have a fun, cool new book today, and it's a big book. Can you tell how big this book actually is? It is a very, very big book, but I got it because I wanted you to be able to see the pictures really well, and I think that you'll be able to do that or be able to see that through your computer. But let's go ahead and get started. The title of my story today is called Digby Takes Charge. Digby takes charge, and as you can see, there is a dog on the front of my title page, and this dog is Digby, and Digby is going to be our main character. Now, there may be some other animals in the story, but Digby is going to be our main character, and the setting of this story is a farm. Okay, what I want you to be listening for as we read today is the plot of our story, and the plot of our story is what happens at the beginning, the middle, and the end, and we talked about that a little bit last week. So let's read through Digby Takes Charge, and then we're going to talk about what happened in the beginning, the middle, and the end. Now, before I start, the author of this story is Caroline Jane Church. I like the name Caroline, but there's not an illustrator that's listed, so I'm not exactly sure if Caroline wrote the story and drew the pictures, but I do know that she wrote the story. So let's get started. Now, sometimes these pages can be a little bit hard to turn, so if they are while I'm reading, you just bear with Miss Johnson, okay? Oh, look at those bright, colorful pages. I am seeing on my pictures pigs and ducks and cows and sheep. So I definitely know that they are on a farm. Over here it looks to be like a house or a barn and possibly maybe a farmer. But over here, way in the corner, I see little Digby. Okay, so here we go. On the farm lived 2 cows, 4 pigs, 6 silly sheep, and a grumpy farmer. There was also a new sheepdog named Digby. So Digby is new to the farm. Let's see how that's going to go. Wow. There we go. Digby had been brought to the farm because he was so very good at herding sheep. Herding sheep means that you group them together and you try to keep them together while you move them somewhere. Okay, Digby, said the farmer, let's see just how good you really are. I want all those sheep in the pen now. Easy peasy, thought Digby. Only 6 sheep. So he set to work. Here he goes. You think he's going to be able to do it? Let's see. But these sheep had different ideas. Look at these eyebrows. They don't look too happy that Digby's around, do they? They didn't like being told where to go or what to do. Don't think this is gonna go over too well. This made Digby angry. He made a ferocious face and growled at them. Oh, I see that tooth coming out right there. That does not look like a happy face. He's going, you should be doing what I tell you to do. But the sheep shrugged. They went, oh well, and wandered off to eat some tasty grass. Uh-oh. Look at those eyebrows. What kind of face is that? Can you do your face like that? He is not so happy, is he? Digby was furious, that means mad, and confused. How could he possibly be a great sheepdog if the sheep completely ignored him? So he came up with a plan. Let's see what his plan is. Look at that dog driving the tractor. Lord have mercy. I don't know if this is a good plan. Into the pen now, he yelled over the noise of the engine. But the sheep just smiled. They're like, okay. Digby had another idea. Into the pen now, he shouted over the roar of the tank. If something was coming at me like that, I think I would run. What about you? But the sheep weren't scared. Oh my, now he's got a helicopter. So he took to the skies in a huge helicopter. Into the pen now, Digby cried at the top of his voice. But the sheep simply looked up and laughed. Trouble, trouble. Digby felt exhausted. He didn't know what to do next. How can I be a great sheepdog if I can't even round up 6 silly sheep? He hung his head in misery. It means he was very sad and very upset. The 2 cows and 4 pigs saw how unhappy he was. Come on, Digby, they said encouragingly. We have lived on this farm for a long time, they told him, and we've learned there is a way to get what we want. See what that way might be. They gathered round Digby and whispered their secret. Why, thank you, said Digby. Now, I think I understand. Wonder what they told him when they all got together and told him that secret. What do you do when you really, really want something? Think about it just a second. Let's see what they shared with him. He took a deep breath and wandered over to the sheep. Would you go into your pen now, please? One by one, the sheep went quietly into the pen, and Digby never had any trouble with the sheep again. All he had to do was ask nicely and say please. Sometimes when you want something, do you ask nicely and say please? I think that you're easier to get it that way if you ask. Hold on though, we're not done. But the ducks were another matter. Oh, now Digby's got to figure out what he's going to do with all of these ducks. I sure do love this story. I think it teaches us a good lesson that we can shout and scream and we can say, do this, do that, but we're not going to get it if we don't ask kindly. And we learned about that with Miss Shirley and at Lisenby when we're learning about being bucket fillers. Boys and girls, very quickly I want to go over the plot and what happened in this story. Remember at the beginning, Digby was kind of nervous being on this new farm, and he was nervous about the job that he was going to have to do. Now in the middle of the story, he was learning that all the ways that he was trying to get the sheep to herd up and get them in a group, it wasn't working. It wasn't working, and he tried many different ways. But finally, at the end, what happened? Can you tell me? His farm animal friends told him, all you got to do is say please and ask nicely, and those animals will do exactly what you're wanting them to do. I love this story. I think it teaches us a good lesson. And you know what? I have a dog at home that I think is just like Digby, so that's another reason why I picked this story. Maybe you have a dog at home too that Digby reminds you of. I hope that you have a great day, and I hope that you enjoyed Story Time with Miss Johnson. Bye.